Traditionally, weight loss is taught to us in a very linear way, in that the traditional calories in, calories out model. Like if you eat this much and exercise this much, you'll drop this much weight. Unfortunately, for the vast majority of us, can't get my words today, that isn't the case, because if it was simply that linear, we would have dropped weight and kept it off the first time that we tried. And we wouldn't have ended up in this endless cycle or loop where we feel like we're constantly striving and seeing little, if any, result. So today I want to talk about the struggle and success cycle, which is a model I've developed about sustainable weight release to kind of explain what's happening and how you can get out of that struggle cycle and onto the success. So I'm just going to share my screen. So for many of us, something happens that triggers us to want to release weight. We see a fat photo, we realize our fat genes no longer fit us. We come out of, winter, or maybe in this case, it'll be lockdown, and be like, oh my goodness, I've gotten so unfit, I've gotten so out of shape. Whatever the reason is, there's some trigger, because for many of us, this weight journey has been chronic and long-term, but there's that initial trigger that's like, okay, I need to do something now, today. And we go looking for, and I call this step one, what can fix me? We go looking for the diet, we go looking for the gym membership, the personal trainer, the program, the coach, whatever it is. And the next stage is we find something. We're like, yes, I've found the solution. And there can be real excitement in this phase, because we click buy, we sign up, we buy the course, the program, the person, we print out all the materials, we listen to everything with gusto, we do the last pantry clean out, maybe even the last hurrah where you eat everything, because tomorrow is going to be the day where my life changes. I know I sound tongue in cheek. I don't mean it that way. I have done that more times myself than I can count. And then we're like, let's do it. The day has come. This challenge starts on the 1st of May or the 1st of June, whatever it is. And we're like, let's do this. Then we start to do it and we're like, oh, this is tricky, because we actually have to do the stuff, because transformation doesn't come from just buying a program or listening to a podcast or something. We actually have to take action. And often this action is really uncomfortable, because although we were uncomfortable with the size we were, our routine, the things that we were doing were familiar. And in order to change our bodies, we need to change what we're doing. So when we start to do these things, we get uncomfortable. And then we get to this phase where we're like, this sucks. And the thing that, 3 or 4 steps ago was the solution that we were excited about, that we joined with gusto, now sucks. Now from here, sometimes we quit and we're like, oh, this isn't the thing. And we throw it out and we go back to what can fix me, and we go looking for the next thing, and we end up on this cycle again and again and again. But sometimes we're like, no, I'm going to commit, I'm going to keep going. And we get to the point where I suck. I can't do this. This is too hard. I'm too tired. I'm not good enough. Whatever thought it is that comes up for you. And eventually you quit, throw in the towel, and wait until your motivation returns. And I was stuck on this cycle for decades, absolutely decades. I try a diet, I'd be like, yes, I've got the solution. I do it with gusto, I drop a bit of weight. And when I say a bit of weight, anywhere from 5 to 60 kilograms. So in 2006-07, I personally dropped 43 kilograms. I need to put it all back on with interest. 2011-12, 60 kilograms. So this cycle can be long in terms of you can stick to it for a couple of months or a year even, but eventually there's just something about it. It's like, I just can't keep doing this. And sometimes it can be short. You could go through this whole cycle in a day. You can be like, okay, it's Monday, and I'm slightly amused that Monday's the day I'm recording this. I've found the solution, let's do it. Oh, this is tricky by 2 o'clock. By 3 o'clock, this sucks. By 4 o'clock, I suck. Oh, I'll start again next Monday. And I know that I sound a little bit facetious, and I don't mean to be, but I'm just pointing out that this is the rhythm. This is where many of us have ended up. And, we just keep thinking that we need to find the right program, the right person, the right personal trainer, the right gym, the right thing outside of ourselves. When we find the right one, then it'll be okay. But the thing is, when you come around this cycle and you end up in the I suck phase, this is actually the transition to the success cycle. Because when you realize that, hey, maybe the answer isn't outside of me, maybe it's not the next diet, maybe it's not the next person, maybe it's not the next gym, maybe, not that there's something wrong with me, like move past that judgment, but to maybe it's inside. maybe I just need to keep turning up, and I keep taking action imperfectly. I have worked in this space, the transformation space, for 3 years now, and as I said, prior to that, had a 30-year dieting history. I would stick to a diet to the letter, and the second I ate a mushroom or a tomato or something that wasn't on the list, I would chuck that diet out and go and eat everything I could find. It was like the beginning of the end. So when you are sticking to a program so perfectly that you are like, I eat exactly my points, my calories, my macros, my micros, or it's binge town, there's something wrong with that. And when you can be like, oh, hang on, I made that choice. It wasn't the best, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep taking imperfect action. That I don't need to wait to Monday. I don't need to wait to the first of the month. I don't need to go and confess to my fellow dieting people that I ate a mushroom. I just need to keep going and keep taking action. Then you're going to realize that you're making progress. Because for many of us, this on again, off again, will I, won't I, should I, shouldn't I action has kept us in this struggle cycle. And we can use willpower and we can use motivation only up to a certain point, and then we burn out and we exhaust ourselves. So when we stop looking externally and saying, I'm going to follow this program, this many calories, this thing exactly, and start listening to our body and taking action on that and our body's wisdom, then we can keep going, and then we can get into the cycle of success. And when you look at it in the big picture, it's ongoing, because there are moments where you might not make the best choice. Like it was Mother's Day yesterday, probably ate more than I should. Do you know what I mean? So today I could be like, oh, I suck. What can fix me? And go looking for another diet. Or I can be like, yesterday's done. Make the best action I can today. I don't need to finish off the cake that my kids made me or the chocolate that they bought me right now. Clear it out for my big overhaul tomorrow. I'm going to keep taking action, because when you keep showing up for yourself, the results will keep coming. But when you're like putting it outside, waiting for the next diet, waiting for the next flash of motivation, waiting for the next person to tell you what to do, you no longer listen to your body. And your body has so much incredible wisdom. Some days you're hungry, some days you're not. No diet can account for that. If you're trying to eat so many calories, and I don't know about you, but sometimes I'd eat my calorie allotment by 10 o'clock, and then the rest of the day I'd be eating celery and broth to try and make up for it or try and stretch it out. But there's literally some days where I'm really hungry and I eat all day, and others days that I don't. And my children actually model this for me, because they don't eat on a clock. They don't eat because it's lunchtime. They don't eat because it's snack time. They eat because they're hungry, and they stop when they've had enough. And somewhere along the line, we lose that when we try and find a diet or a person or something to tell us what to do. So, there's definitely power and support in getting people to help you and support you in your weight loss journey. That's what I do. That's my business. But there's a difference between having a guide who can help you to uncover what your body knows and to listen to yourself, and a guru who gives you a piece of paper and a workout plan, a number of calories to eat, and a number of calories to burn. Because the guru is going to keep you stuck on this struggle cycle where you're looking externally and you're doing all the things, and you get to a point where you're just so tired that you can't do this anymore. But a guide will be like, okay, what's happening? What's going on? And identifying where you are on this cycle, because where you are in any one moment is never as important as the trajectory that you're on. And you can change your mind in a moment. The thing with weight release is, for many of us, we can feel like we've been taking the action, and then, on the scales, it doesn't show up fast enough. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I've been eating healthy all week. Where's my weight loss? Ha, ha, ha. And we say it a bit tongue in cheek. But the number on the scales is a result of all your decisions up until now, the months, the years up until now. It's going to take some time for that trajectory to change. And, you need to be patient, and you need to be kind, and you need to get the kind of support that people will help you to continue to make those decisions and to continue to listen to your body. So if this has been helpful, if you want to talk to me further about potentially working together, I have a really awesome group membership program called Why Wait, and the 8 is the infinity. And we talk about like the real stuff with weight release, and we make it fun. It doesn't have to be discipline. It doesn't have to be deprivation. It doesn't have to be striving and hustling and all that stuff that you've done before that's exhausting, and eventually just quit out and go on the bus to binge town. We have a really active Facebook group with a scavenger hunt. I was laughing. So a scavenger hunt, if you haven't done one before, it's a list of items, and then you can take a photo and you share it in the group. And when you've ticked them all off, you go into the draw to win a prize. And one of the ones for this month is 3 truths and a lie. And one of the people in the group, she's put her height. And I was like, that has to be the lie because you can't possibly be taller than me. I don't know about anyone else, but when I meet somebody online, I assume everybody's the same height as me. Anyway, I digress. The point I'm trying to make is we make it fun. We have group calls. There's none of this judgment. There's none of this shame. There's none of this confessions like, oh, I ate this or I ate that. Like, I'm much more excited by why did you eat it and what can we do to move forward than stewing and beating yourself up in the fact that you ate something that you probably wasn't the best choice. Because I don't know about anyone else, but when I do that, I end up eating more. When I beat myself up, it just results in shame and judgment and guilt and, oh, done it now, might as well keep going. So if you'd like to have a chat about whether this would be a fit for you, please comment below or send me a PM. And yeah, whatever you do, really identify that point. And like, if you get nothing else from this, start looking within. You don't need anyone else. You don't need a guru. You may need a guide. You may need the help, but learn to listen to your body and keep turning up for yourself consistently and persistently by taking small actions that add up over time. Thanks you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.